Hi, everybody. Excuse me for still doing a little housekeeping here. My sloppiness abounds. There we go. Are you all looking at Leanne Bremer? Video is live. And pictures of your charming faces. Somebody say something. Hello.
Yes, we can see the group page.
Great. Good. So I'm going to, let me burn these two guys down at the bottom and let me open up start chat. And you all have a chat window in front of you now.
Yes, we do.
Great. Thanks for answering me. It's real hard to sit in the silence. What this may require is, if I'm working with one of you specifically, is that you get to the GPN InterNetwork marketing page so that you can chat with me. Okay, Aaron, you're here. Help me out. Let's test this, okay?
Yep. Let me get signed in here.
Give me a hook up to this. Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Seen by Aaron. Hi, John. Terrific. Okay.
Okay, someone's got it on
speakerphone.
and it's coming through with feedback. Thanks. So let's be
delay.
sure that we're muted. Okay, carry on, John.
Welcome, Mr. Poindexter, Larry, and Kevin as well. Okay, first order of business. This webinar is not a spectator sport. You did not buy tickets to sit in the gallery and ooh and ah at the players. You are the players. Therefore, the ball is at this moment being thrown into your court. Who's got questions, concerns, things they would like to clarify or clear up? And who's first? Say your name and ask away.
Hello, John. This is Adrian. I have a question.
Hello, Adrian, with a question.
And this week on Facebook, I was suspended for 7 days. I can't make any more friends. I have no idea why that happened to me.
Adrian, you're a bad person. You need to get off this call immediately so you don't infect the rest of us.
I understand.
Okay, good. All right. Now, you got smacked for, and we still have some echo feedback, folks. What that means is somebody's on a speakerphone or something like that. So please double check that. You can't use a speakerphone on a webcast. Just doesn't work. All right, Adrian, let's see if we can track down what you did. Did they tell you anything?
Not too much. Only that I was suspended for 7 days.
And they gave you no reason?
No.
Okay. Are you posting ads on your page?
No, I don't believe I am. I was a few weeks ago, but I took them all out.
Let's go take a look, Adrian. Okay, so here's your page, fairly innocuous at the moment. Trying to look here and see where you have transgressed according to Facebook, buddy. ACN, Alana Rise, Okay, have you been going after adding friends, Adrian?
Yes, I have.
Tell me how you do it, please.
Well, I look at the friends' suggestion, and if we know a lot of contacts, mutual contacts, then I go ahead and ask for a friend request.
Okay, you ask for a friend request. You don't usually ask for a friend request. You make one.
Right. Add friend. I hit the add friend button. And I'll do that maybe with 3 or 4 or 5 individuals per day. Is that excessive?
Sorry, I had my mute button on. I'm not sure. Just track with me and give me some more information, please.
Well,
now,
I'll do
ahead.
4 or 5 ad requests per day. Is that excessive?
I heard you. I said I don't know. Track with me on with my questions for a minute, please. Now, so you've got friend suggestions that you're responding to, or you're just requesting friendship from people?
Requesting friendship from people.
When you request friendship from people, do you send them a message?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's your problem. You have requested somebody to be your friend who doesn't know you or doesn't remember you, and they reported you.
Aha.
Now, I guess I didn't make enough of an emphatic point about this. Don't request friends without sending a message. And don't request friends without sending a message, and the message doesn't have some content that has them honor your request. So, how do you do that? Real simple. You want to request somebody's friendship, so you go look at their wall. You go look at their profile page, and you make a comment about something on their wall that you think is very cool. So, let me give you an example of that. Actually, let me have you do something. Now, Adrian, oh, no, we're on my page. All right, let's just use your page right now, because I'm stomping around outside like a tiger. Look up and down your page for me and find me something that you would comment if you were going to make you a friend request of you.
Okay.
Go find something to comment on and tell us all what it is, please. Tell us what you would comment on in making this friend request.
Well, I'm not exactly what you want me to do because I'm barred from.
I want you to look. I'll tell you then. I want you to look at your page. We're looking at your page right now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is there anything there that you could comment on?
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Okay, so right away, here's a bunch of stuff I see on your page that I could remark on. Michael Oliver is a friend of yours. So if I wanted to request your friendship, I would say, hey, Adrian, I see that you're friends of Michael Oliver's. What have you read of his or listened to? And would you please accept my friend request?
I understand.
You got it? Now,
yes, sir.
What I've done...
See Michael Oliver on here because I can't find him.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Where do you see Michael Oliver? Because I don't see him on my Facebook.
Okay, I'm seeing him listed as your friends.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Okay. Now, there are some other choices we've got here. Here's this large group of people in your cover picture. Now, By the way, I don't recommend that as a cover picture. It's okay once in a while, but you want more lifestyle pictures, more things you can make comments on, pictures of places you'd love to go for vacation, that kind of thing.
Okay, I understand.
Okay? Now, again, if I was going to ask you for your friendship, I see that you work at GE Zenith. I could write to you and say, hey, Adrian, I see that you work for GE Zenith. Zenith is a brand name from my childhood. I didn't know they were still around. What is it you do at GE Zenith? Question mark. Thanks. I appreciate you. P.S. Would you please accept my friend request? Now, I've connected with you and I have engaged with you, and the likelihood of you reporting me as a spam artist is darn near zip. Am I making sense?
Absolutely.
Cool. So my guess is, and it's only a guess, it's a good one, but still just a guess, my guess is that somebody you didn't know reported you for asking to be a friend because Facebook, really, as stupid as this sounds, clearly, as stupid as this sounds, they only want you to request friends who are already friends. Well, how the H do you make new friends? That's crazy. But that's the way it goes. So, we're back on my page now. And you could look, for any of you, you could scroll up and down here, and you can find a huge variety of things that you could comment on when you wanted to request me being your friend. Always send a message with your friend requests. For instance, you see this little creature? I don't know what the heck this thing is with the big ears. Knock, knock. Hello, anybody home?
Yes, I see it.
Cool. There's a marvelous example of something you could comment on. Hey, John, it's a fennec fox. Leanne, is that you? Got it. So Leanne is informing me that's a fennec fox. So I can write, Leanne could write me and requesting my friendship and say, that's a fennec fox. Hold on a second. Let me get rid of this person. Leanne could say, what a great picture of a fennec fox. I love those ears too. Please accept my friend request. Now, I'm highly unlikely to turn her in, highly likely to accept her request. Now, one caveat is that I'm not adding people on my friend list because I'm a network marketer building an organization. I've got room for 100 more friends. I want the men and women in my business. And so I'm not saying yes to anybody who makes a friend request. And I'm very far behind in doing what I would normally do in that situation, which is to put a cut-paste message where I will make the time to put in their name. So, for example, I would say, hi, Leanne, thanks for your friend request. Right now, I'm not accepting any more friends other than my new business partners in my network marketing business. Please follow me by clicking followers or go to my, quote, fan, unquote page, and then I'd put the link for the greatest networker. So now I'm being polite. I've cultivated her friendship. She can follow me. And when you take somebody like me or somebody like you guys in the future who has 5,000 friends and you can't add more, that's what you want to be doing with that. So, Adrian, we good about that one?
Absolutely, and I understand perfectly what you're telling me.
Cool. Who else, please? Questions, challenges, things you don't understand, things you want to be better at.
John, this is John.
Hey, John.
I would like to get better at writing the captions above to draw people in.
Cool.
I don't think my captions are as good as they could be.
Great. Best way to learn that, and you two ways. One, use which most of you do not do, have not done, unless I'm missing something. Hold on a moment. Yeah, you're not using our group page. And I love you and shame on you. In caps, bold, S-H-A-M-E, shame on you. If you ask questions in that group, we leverage the answers, everybody gets to learn, and you really make a contribution. So get on with it. Now, here's an offer I'll make to you. Because I'm in that group, every time you post something in that group, I get a message that says, hey, John, Aaron, Bill, Leanne posted in the GPN InterNetwork Marketing Group. So I know immediately. And remember, I'm working on Facebook all the time that I'm not asleep, having dinner, reading to my kids, working out downstairs, using the toilet, or gone from the house. All other times, I'm here in front of this machine looking at Facebook. It's how I make my living. I brought in 2 people in the last 3 days, all Facebook, all on Facebook, just in case you want to know whether it really works. It really works. So, you go put up a picture here and take a stab at the message and ask me for my help, and I'll do it for you. What I need to know, what I need to be clear on is, what are you offering? If you're talking about a GPN consultation, make that clear for me. If you're asking about some other enterprise, make that clear for me. And I will write captions for you. I will edit and help you. Okay?
Thank you, John.
So, why don't we try and have some fun here? Let's see if I go to Google. To Chrome. I do. Oh, isn't that wonderful? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do to try and find something. Somebody, give me a topic. Five, four, three, two, one.
Baseball.
Say it again.
Baseball.
Baseball. Okay, so what I put in was baseball quotes. Okay, now I'm going to click images. Now, look at the various things that come up about baseball. You ask for a quote, and then you click images. Now, here's one. Baseball was, is, and always will be to me the best game in the world, Babe Ruth. Now, you save this image, and I'm going to go through this process in front of you here. I'm saving that image, and some of what I'm doing you may not be able to see because you only see my Chrome or my Firefox browser. So I'm saving this into my file of photos as Babe Ruth - best game. That will help jog my memory about it. And I'm putting it in my Facebook pics file. There is a method to my madness, guys. Okay? Now we're going to get out of there and we're going to go back to the group. And I'm going to play this right now as if I was putting Go Cubs Go. Honestly now, let's stop that. I'm going to do this as if I was actually making this post on my profile page, okay? So, add photos, update photos. Boom. Now, you're probably not seeing my internal workings here, but don't worry about it. I'm just going to select the picture. Now, one of the things you always want to do when you're making these posts on your wall, you want to tie in the image, the quote, with your offer. Get that one. You want to tie it in. You want them to be contiguous. You want to use something with this quote to make your offer. So, this is off the top of my head. Forgive me if it ain't perfect, but I'm going to give you an example of it. Okay. What do you think? Feedback, reaction, something. Am I in a morgue tonight?
Great.
I like it.
Okay, and what is it you like about it? What works about it for you?
Play right into the image you put up there. And it makes you think about it.
Cool. Who else? Come on.
Hey, I have a question, John.
What's your personal, this is Kevin, what's your personal feeling regarding how many times a day or a week you would post a business opportunity direct type thing like you just did?
Once a day minimum if you're serious.
Okay, cool. I like the word minimum. Opens it up.
Or Kevin, let me say that another way. At least once a day.
Okay.
Yeah, if this is your deal, if bringing people to these consultations about a home-based business is a serious pursuit of yours, or if you're in network marketing, or if you make Christmas ornaments out of gourds, or if you're breeding dog, whatever it is that you're up to, you want to play with that on a consistent basis. Look, this is the Internet. It's about new, N-E-W, and news, N-E-W-S. It's always changing, always changing, always changing, always changing. That's why you want to update your cover photo at least once a week. I do mine 2 or 3 times. And
gotcha. Thank you, John.
You're welcome. The theory behind this which is more than a theory. The actuality behind this is every time you change this, people are going to see it. And the more and better you get at this stuff, the more attention people will pay. So as you grow your friends and get them up into a couple of thousand, you're going to have a couple of thousand people who have the possibility of seeing this on your news feed.
Thank you.
John, I have a question.
Okay, we are getting that kind of feedback stuff going on, which is usually a speakerphone. So please take care of that if you can. And who is speaking, and what is your question, please?
This is John.
Yes,
would you shy away from using your company's name in any of these posts? Would you want to leave it like you've done it here with, let's say, baseball and things? You wouldn't necessarily use the company name anywhere in any of these posts?
Okay, that's a judgment call on your part. I do not mention the name of my company on my page. Now, all the way from what is my work, I'm the CRO, the Chief Results Officer at Global InterNetwork Marketing. You don't see, and my company is Longevity. You don't see Longevity on my page except when you see some of the things I've liked. You with me? I don't mention my company at all. Why? A, Facebook is nervous about blatant business pitches on your personal page. Great way around that is don't make them. 2, there are lots of people out there, and John, you asked this question, is that correct?
Yes.
And you're a network marketer, John, and you're asking that relative to your network marketing business?
Yes, I do network marketing, and that's what it's relative to.
Got it. Who are you with, John? What company?
Isogenics.
Okay, great. Now, there are people out there who have an opinion about Isogenics. And it's just an opinion. It's not true, and it's not false. You're going to, if you have Isogenics in your offer, trigger whatever their opinion is. And that may preclude them from getting into a deeper conversation with you, which, if they did, their opinion about Isogenics may no longer matter. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
The same is true, and even more so than a given company name. The same is true about network marketing or multi-level marketing, especially, but also many, many things. For instance, you talk about GPN. What's GPN mean, folks? What do the letters stand for?
Global Power Network.
Global Power Network.
Empowering your home business.
No, I didn't ask that. I asked what it stood for. Global Power Network.
Yes.
Do you think there are people who will see GPN and Global Power Network and think that you're an electricity deal? that possible?
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, you bet. And anytime you put network on something, people have ideas about what network means. Are you a phone company? Are you like BNI, Business Networking International? So be aware of the way people will interpret company names, MLM, various things that you communicate. I am not asking you to do what the Amway people have become famous for, which is to talk to you about marketing and to get into your house and do a 45-minute presentation and then ask to pop in a video, a DVD, and 11 minutes into the DVD, for the first time you hear the word Amway. They call it the curiosity approach. I call it the manipulation approach. And I believe in the axiom that says any relationship built on manipulation is doomed to fail. I'm not asking you to manipulate. I'm not even asking you to be clever. I'm telling you, just keep the name off for now. It's safe in terms of Facebook and their no business policy on personal pages, and it's smart from your point of view because what you want is to connect, and you want to remove any obstacles you can for connecting. Now, just think with me a minute. We're up here, you're looking at my cover picture, and you're looking at my face. If I had sunglasses, spiked purple hair, and 145 grommets and rings and stars sticking all over my face, would anything come up for any of you about who I was?
Yeah, I would kind of wonder if you were a weirdo or what.
Yeah, exactly. Now, how likely would any of you be to reach out and contact me if that's how my picture looked? If you were John in Isogenics, and John's picture was of a 350-pound guy with a supersized anti-Bloomberg drink in his left hand and a triple burger in his right hand, and he's pitching you on Isogenics, a weight loss company, would you be likely to contact him? All of these things communicate. So, long answer to your question, keep your name off there, and then once in a while, you want to jump up and down about your products? Whoa, go for it. Now, John, I was in Isogenics, so let me see if I can pull something up here. Hold on. And I'm just going to do this as an example. What I'm doing right now is searching around to see if I can find an Isogenics-oriented post. Boy, with all those posts I put in 2012, they're not going to show me anything? You guys have got to be kidding. Go away, Bob. How come I'm not seeing anything here? This is not being helpful. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know what the deal is. I guess they're not. So we're back into 2011. And I wasn't with them. All right, I was looking, John. I'm sorry I couldn't find it, and that they don't do better than this. I was looking for some posts to show you, but I did many things about isogenics. I used a tape measure. I went and found a plain glass of chocolate milk and used it as a shake. Talked about it as a shake. I had fat tummies and skinny tummies. I had a whole bunch of pictures I would use to talk about fat loss, weight loss, and what I was up to, without mentioning my company. I hope that was helpful. It sounded a bit convoluted to me, and I'm sorry for that.
Well, it was helpful. Thank you very much. When you were going through, I have another question, though. I saw where you had a...
Let me add one more thing, which
Sure.
is, I was just thinking today, we have a product in our company that I just think is the cat's butt. It's just extraordinary. And it's called Pollen Burst. And I've got a great story about it. It's an energy product, and you take it, and it's made totally from flower pollen. So it's clean as a whistle. But it gives you what people take Red Bull or coffee with caffeine or any of those point of purchase at the 7-Eleven super shot whatevers that are made with such horrible ingredients that they'll kill you. And this stuff I've got is clean as a whistle. One of the guys on my team is a long-distance trucker. He's been doing it for 30 years. He knows about amphetamines and keep-you-awake drugs. Truckers take them all the time. He didn't really know what this product did. So I'm talking to him, and he's home in Washington State, and he's got to go to Fargo, North Dakota, and I turn him on to Pollen Burst. Well, he takes some, and he drives across the entire state of Montana and North Dakota, 1,052 miles. He's awake, he's alert, he's happy, he's smiling, he feels great, and he doesn't get a hangover. That's a great story. I'm very seriously, John, considering breaking my own rule and putting that post on my front page. Now, when you don't mention your company, and once in a great while you do, people don't get ticked off at you. They don't unfriend you. They understand your enthusiasm, especially if you say, I can't help myself. I've got to tell you about this and this great story. And boom, off you go. Now, am I going to have people who unfriend me? Probably. Do I care? No. No, I don't. May I get a customer or a possible business partner? Bet you nickel I do. So, it's always a consideration. Take your chances and watch what happens. Remember, for the most part, even with Adrian's faux pas, and getting knocked off for 7 days. The world online has a very short memory. And unless you do something really dastardly, you're not going to get in terminal trouble. Okay? Now, someone had another question. John, Kevin, can't remember who it was.
It was John again.
Yes,
I saw when you were going through your history there, you had a couple of videos. I haven't seen any videos recently on your page. Do you suggest using those, or
absolutely?
How often would you use one?
I'd use it a couple times a week. See when the last time I used one was. Here's one that you can see right here, the 4-year career. Now, the way I put videos in is I go and I get, even if it's my own video, I put it up on YouTube so that I've got the share link. You go to YouTube, you click on share. Well, here, let me see if this, there you go. Okay, you see share this video? There's your share link. Okay? This is for the InterNetwork marketing lesson that we've done. So you just take that share link, you come back to your page, and in the open section here, status photo, place, live event, you put in that share link. Put a space after it. Bingo, the video will show up with its title and its window and all of that stuff. Then you can delete the link from your comment. Then write your comment and your video's good to go. That's what I did down here with Richard Brooks' 4-year career. Now, let me get back to it, guys. Hang in. Okay, so here's Richard's 4-year career, and what I've got Charlene, I've got these names of people, so I'm going to hover over and click on 7 others. I've got all these people. I've got Glenn, Rich, Charlene, Hivorje, Bob, Gunnar, Marvin, Dan, Jody, Jorge. Now, I've already done this. I wrote them all messages asking them, telling them, thanks for liking the 4-year career video I posted by Richard Brooke. Tell me, what did you like best about it? Thanks. I appreciate you, John. If I wanted to add them as a friend, I'd put a PS and I'd say, hey, please accept my friend request. Now I'm clean. I won't run into the trouble that Adrian had, and I've connected with them, and I'm following up. Now, a bunch of those people won't answer me. Fine. It's better to know up front that they don't want to answer me, so I don't have to waste my time with them. And if they don't answer me, I don't need to waste my time with them. I don't. But if they do, then we're connected and we can continue. And once again, please get this. How we connect doesn't matter. You don't have to connect on the subject of home business, GPN, work at home, internet marketing, MLM, whatever. You need to connect. You can talk about the weather. You can talk about puppy dogs with big ears. You can talk about and connect on any subject that you want. Because as you engage with them, you'll begin to reveal who and how they are, and that's what you want to do. And I want to demonstrate that with one of you or more tonight. And we're at 10 minutes to 9. So, who's got another question that's important and they want answered? Let's hit that first, please.
Yes, John, can you hear me?
I am and I can.
Okay, this is Alan.
Hey, Alan.
How are you? My question is, and I know very little about Facebook, but I got real excited and I went and added friends for upline and crossline successful people, and then I started to notice that, hey, they're promoting their links and their things on my page, and that can't be too good for me, I'm thinking. So what do we do about something like that? Do we unfriend them? Is there some way you can hide the stuff that they're sending out?
Okay, now, how is that appearing on your page? Is it appearing in your news feed? Is that what you're talking about? Or are they actually coming to your page and posting their stuff?
I don't know. It's coming in the news feed, I think, because I made friends with them. So when they post something, it pops up on mine too.
Right, but it only comes up on your news feed. Here's mine.
Okay.
Hang on. Now remember, I've got 4,900 friends.
Right.
So, Tom Chenault is all over my news feed. Tom Chenault happens to be my sponsor. Stacy E. Johnson. Stacy's in my organization. Dudley T. George. Boy, I've been prospecting his butt for about 6 months. Guy is not moving. I don't think he likes me. Darrell Johnson. He's in my organization. Morris Chenault. Anthony Littlejohn. I've been coaching him. My Lord, my people are all over this. Bob Vadas is in my organization. Jamie Wolf used to be in Isogenics. Max Steingart, my teacher, who doesn't like me anymore because I'm teaching his stuff. Tony Rush, friend, been around for a long time. All this stuff. Mac, he was in my organization in in Isogenics. Well, it's interesting because this is Sven Goebel is a friend. He was in my book. Now, it's interesting. I'm not getting a lot of the peripheral people I used to get. I'm only getting, well, there's Don Hutchinson. I don't know Don very well. Bob again. Deborah is a friend. Eric is a friend. John DeRitter's in my organization. Mac is ex. Kevin used to be in my organization. Sarah Fairless Robbins is number one income earner in Rodan and Fields. So, lots of different stuff showing up. Boy, that's a gorgeous picture, isn't it? Look at that. Ooh, mama. Anthony, that belongs way up on your page. Golly Moses, that's a picture and a half. Doesn't it look like the waves are on fire? Very sexy. That's a great cover shot, boy. Crop that sucker. Oh, sexy. So, no, you can't do anything about what's on the news feed. Now, if somebody comes and posts on your profile page, that is a complete no-no for me. And you've got always the choice of deleting that post. Hang on, wait till my page fills in so I can show you this, please. Okay, so Sarah tagged me And when you tag somebody, it's going to show up on their face page, on their profile page. But you have controls. You can highlight it, which will make it to be a primary, take up two lanes like that. See how that did that? Remove from highlights. I'm going to put it back in its regular place now. Now, edit or remove. Click on that. Change the date, add a location, reposition photo, hide from timeline, report, remove tag. If it's somebody who puts something up there I don't want, hide from timeline. Or you may have the choice to delete it. I know Sarah. I love Sarah. Anything she wants to put on my wall is fine. And that's a nice post because it's got the book about that I wrote that has her in it. So that's totally cool. Did that answer you?
Yes, thank you.
Cool. Who else? Questions?
Hey, John, this is Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, I had a quick question for you. How does like, comment, and share fit into this methodology?
Okay. Well, we've been over that, and I'm happy to do it again real quick. Anybody who likes, anybody who comments, anybody who shares is an opportunity for you to connect and engage with them. So, I've got this that you can see. I love haters. Letting go of Lucky NM Pro. This is it's a link to a video that Eric Warre did. So you can see I've got a share. Show shares. Martha Papadopoulou. Mama. What do you think? Is she Hawaiian or Greek? No idea. Okay, so Martha shared that. Now, I can click on hover over Martha's name. Now she comes up, University of Athens. Well, I just handled that question, and I send Martha a message by clicking on the message. And I do something like this. Now, it doesn't matter if it's a like, if it's a share, if it's a comment. This is how I approach every single one of those when I'm following through. I always mention what they liked or they shared or they commented about. I'll go back and we'll look at comments in a second because they're a little special. So this is for a like or a share. I always mention what it is and what was the point of what it is that they are liking or sharing. You all with me on this?
Yes.
Cool. So, thanks for sharing my post of Eric Warre's video about how we should forget getting lucky. Tell me, what did you like best about it? Please let me know. Thanks, I appreciate you. Now, I sign everything, thanks, I appreciate you. Please let me know. Now, I'm going to fire that off to Martha. I'm actually not. Screw it, I will. Pop. Now, my company doesn't do business in Greece, so Martha's a non-issue in terms of building my business. But one thing for all of you to keep in mind is that our world is going global. And even if you're with a company that's not yet global, they will be sooner or later. And for you to have friends in Greece, in Moscow, in Hong Kong, Singapore, Indonesia, Australia, even though your company isn't there, cultivate them now, today. Work on that. Okay? Boom. Now, in terms of comments, look at the comments I've got. Okay, so we're back where we were. So Judith says, luck has nothing to do with our success or losses. What happens to us also has no power over our success or losses. In the way it's the way we react to life and life's events. It's the way we design our lives that create our success. I go back to Judith. I hover over her name. Since I know her, I don't want to go back to her page and lose my place. I'm just going to bring up the message, boom, and I'm going to say, Judith, loved your comment about Eric's video about counting on luck. Couldn't agree with you more. I appreciate you, John. Now, we're connected. She's probably going to write back, and we can at least begin a dialogue. But you always want to try to set up that dialogue. So couldn't agree with you more doesn't really do that. You know, I would go in and look at something she says. I can't read it very well, guys, so I'm going to go back over this. Luck has nothing to do with our success or losses. What happens is no power on our own success. It's the way we react to life and life's events. So I might take a bold step and ask Judith, do you have an example of some time where the way you reacted to something created success? That's a great question. Jeremiah Charles, I object to the superstition of luck as well, John. It's such a meme in our culture that people use it as just a throwaway phrase. You should see the look on people's faces when they knock on wood in front of me and I ask them if they are a druid. So easily I could follow up on that. Jeremiah, have you done that? You have, haven't you? Well, what do they say? Now I've engaged Jeremiah. Geneva Murphy, thank you, John. I call that a drive-by posting. I come back to Geneva and I say, Geneva, thanks for the thanks about Eric Warre's video. What is it you like best about it? And Steve talks about, I once intentionally broke a mirror, but I'm still here. Steve, thanks for your comment about Eric Warre's video. You said you intentionally broke a mirror. Why did you do that? Always, always, always. Opportunities are there for you to connect, to engage, and you just keep engaging and engaging and engaging until an opening occurs for you to bring up your offer, and usually because they want to know. The ideal end or place that this process goes is for them to ask you what you do, what you have to offer, or to tell you, for you to tell them, about your business. So, Bill, did I cover your bases on that one?
Yeah, completely, and exceeded my wildest expectations. Thanks, John.
Uh-oh. God, I love it when you have wild expectations, Bill.
Absolutely. I always have them.
Cool. All right, now let's see what we can get about the hardest part of all this stuff. I want to take one of you who wants to play with me right now to volunteer, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to pop around on my page here. I want you to look at something. You're going to have to give me a shout out and look at something that you see that you like, which is on my page. It's going to be a little tough, but we'll just try it. Whoever wants to play, what you're going to be agreeing to do with me is in the message box, we're going to have a conversation. And we're going to role play, but you're going to play it straight, and so am I. So, who wants to play? Nobody's playing?
John, everybody's like you've put them into like a Facebook coma or something with all this wonderful information.
That's a polite way to say it.
Well,
okay. So, Aaron, speak up, bud.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, great. So you enjoyed the Barney Fife story, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So what I'm going to do here, Aaron, you can turn off your phone because you've got some backlash coming. What I'm going to do is I'm going to engage you in a conversation. And, folks, this is where the rubber meets the road. And it's very tough to teach this. So forgive me, forgive Bill and Leanne who set this up. We're going to try our best at this. And, Aaron, it's you and me, babe, so let's go for it. What I want you to do is in the message area, okay, thanks. In the message area, I want you to play with me for real. All right? All right. Okay, I wrote to Aaron, hey, Aaron, thanks for liking my post today about Jesse the Chicken Plucker, a.k.a. Don Knotts. Tell me, what did you like most about it? We'll see what Aaron comes back with. I had no idea he had such a hard life with his father, etc., and that he was a rags to riches story. I wrote back, got any rags to riches about yourself, Aaron? Now, that's a little bold. Like I'm getting into it awful fast. But I thought it was safer than... It's a great answer, by the way, Aaron. Okay, acknowledge people. When they give you a great answer, tell them it's great. Put a smile in there. I hate smiley faces, so I use the bracket smile bracket. Tell me what you're doing. And I use a lot of humor. I'm a funny guy. I like to smile. Whenever I put this smile here, and I know there are people out there who hate me for writing this smile thing that I do all the time, I do it because I'm actually smiling. At that moment, I'm smiling. That's why I do it. Smile. I'm smiling. So, I assume you're working on the riches part, not the rags. Now, be careful here, all of you. He said I'm working on it. And this is a place where network marketers commit what I call, and you may be doing it with GPN or whatever it is you're up to, premature ejaculation of the opportunity. Do not jump down people's throats. You don't know enough. So, Aaron writes, you assume correctly. I just started in the NM industry in the last 6 weeks or so. I like the idea of residual income, my kind of riches. Now, I want to know more about this guy and what he's up to. And don't be really afraid of typos. It makes you human. And use people's names frequently. Not every sentence, not every message, but every 2 or 3, use their name again, use their name again. People's names are the thing they like to hear the most in this world. So use it. It shows respect. It shows care. It deepens the connection. If you make a mistake, say you're sorry and redo it. And know this, folks, while Aaron's writing, your first goal after you get to know these people really well and you begin to talk a little bit about whatever it is you have to offer and you ascertain they're a fit and you know enough about them, your goal is you want to get them off Facebook, off the Internet. You want to get them on the phone. And the most clever, wonderful way I've ever heard to do that is from Max Steingart, who says, look, I can't, I hate to type. I use 2 fingers, and one of them needs spell check. Would you be willing to speak with me on the phone? I can call you or give you my number. What's best for you? People almost always say yes. Okay, so Aaron comes back. I haven't done it before. I looked into it and joined a company or 2, but never did anything. This time, I seem to have found a better way. Tell me more about that, Aaron. What makes you say you found a better way? Now, look, I'm resisting the impulse to jump down his throat because I've got an opportunity. I know my opportunity is better than his. I know it. I know it. I know it. But if I come out and smack him upside the head with that right now, I've lost him. Know, like, trust. All things being equal, Bob Berg said, we tend to do business with people we know, like, and trust. So, to have this gentleman like me, get to know me and trust me, that's going to take some time to establish. And if I jump down his throat with some business offer too fast, I've lost all that. Well, I was only taught the traditional way of NM the first time. Make a list of family and friends, etc. I found a new approach in which I offer to serve instead of sell. Wow, that's great. I want to know more about that, Aaron. Who taught you? Or what did you learn that from? I've got a number of opportunities here to ask him questions. Did you try the list of family and friends, and how did that work for you? What do you say, or what did you learn, is the difference between serving instead of selling? Number of things to ask here. Remember the rule. You want to be interested, more interested than interesting. I mean, given who I am, can you imagine the stuff I could lay on this guy right now? The great John Milton Fogg, author. For 25 years, I've been studying this stuff and collecting articles and interviewing the greatest networkers in the world. Boy, I could dump a ton of stuff on him. That's not the point. That's me being interesting. What I need to be is interested. I found the method with a company called GPN. They focus on offering to help people find out if home business is a good path for them or not, rather than pitch people on specific products or opportunities. When you're asking these questions, here's a rule. I know all rules are to be broken, but this one's important. And that is, don't ask a question you don't really want to know the answer to. It rings hollow. People will pick up on it. So be sincerely curious. And I am. What's the way or ways they offer to help people, Aaron? And Aaron, don't be embarrassed that Professor Bill is on the phone here. The coach is here. The coach is in the house. All right, I hope you guys are getting a sense of how this conversation goes. One of the things you may want to do, and it's an offer I make to you. Hold on a moment. They offer a free consultation with a home business consultant to help people find out if home business is a good fit. If it is, they also help them find a company and put together a plan of attack that is comfortable and that works for them. Very cool. I'd be inclined right now, even if I'm after prospecting Aaron for my deal, even with that going on, I'd be inclined to say to Aaron, now, Aaron's kind of on the hot seat here in that this setup is me asking him questions. But you can see right now, if this was a more kind of realistic and not contrived conversation, that at this point, Aaron's pretty much got a 4-lane highway to start to get me involved in taking a look, don't you think? And isn't it interesting? Here I am trying to hustle Aaron, and he's doing a great job on me. Good job, Aaron. Now, I invite you, if you have these conversations, to cut and paste them onto the GPN group page, and I will give you comments, critique, suggestions. In terms of the private one-on-one coaching that I do, it's the same way that I work with the people in my network marketing organization. It's what I do all day long. They give me these conversations that they're doing with others. I make suggestions, corrections, comments, give them new ideas. That's what I do. And this is the part that just takes the longest for people to get. And I know no other way to teach it than taking people by the hand and doing it with them. And I'm now famous for saying, I'll do it for you. Okay, Aaron, you made a wrong turn a little bit here, I think. I say that's very cool. How can I learn more about what GPN does? You say, would you like some help in finding your personal path to success in a home business? Number one, that sounds completely canned and with love and respect turns me off. I'm going to say no, just because that's how that landed on me. Now remember, that's not necessarily your problem, except it's always your problem the way something lands. So let's see if we can look at something a little better here. That's very cool. How can I learn more about what GPN does? Here's what I would have said to me. You see a difference there, anybody? I'm not getting the would you like some help finding your personal path. That's a very polite, nice, soft way of saying a sales pitch. It's a setup. But this business, what part of what I said interests you most? You're still fact-finding. And this is really what you want to know. What part intrigued me? What interested me? What am I most interested in? All right, we got to hold it there, folks. We got 1 more minute to go. Any final comments, remarks, etc.? From anybody, please?
I have one, John. This is Adrian.
Adrian, hey.
Hey, just a few days ago, we had a very similar exchange, you and I. And
we did.
I just want to mention that you got me to say things that I have never written before on an exchange like that. So this technique is awesome. I can't wait to match it.
Yeah, but did you sign up in my business?
Well, you had me going there for a while, and you actually lesson 1, which I already had listened to, but I listened to it again. What the heck?
Hold on a second. Let me acknowledge Aaron in print so it's irrefutable. Oh, let me mention something to you. This whole conversation, it's recorded. It's written down. If I go now into my messages, hold on. Messages, see all. Watch this. If this doesn't convince you that working on Facebook is kick bottom, oh, come on, Facebook. Get it together. Okay, click on this. Look at this, folks. The whole conversation is archived. I don't have to take notes. I don't have to try and remember what happened. I just go back, open it up, use the elevator up and down. I've got everything I said to Aaron and he said to me. Everything. It's killer, people. Aaron, no kidding. That was excellent. You were great. Thank you so much. Adrian, thank you. Anyone else with any final parting shots?
Yeah, John, just thanks so much for spending this time with everybody. I think everybody learned a lot of stuff, great demonstrations and all of that. It will be recorded. Leanne will post the recording, and everybody will have access to it. So we're looking forward to next week, same time, same place for week number 4 of this teleseminar series. Excellent. Thank you, John.
You're welcome. And everybody, please get thee to the group. Ask your questions. Let me help you. And there's going to be a very important post in there with questions called Action and Accountability, called Partnership, which we're going to take a look at next week, and we're going to review this week. These questions will help train you to ask the kinds of questions that I know how to ask, and I want to teach you how. So, thank you, everybody. Bill, thanks for having me. Leanne, thanks for all you do. Have a great week, guys. I appreciate you.
Thank you. See you next week, everybody.